Hey everyone, it's Jordan, Millionaire Millennial. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so. Click that bell so you get notified anytime I release a new video. In this video, I'm going to be going over barcodes. What are they? Why do you need them? Which kind do I need? And where do I put them? And all of this stuff. I get a lot of questions about barcodes. There's a lot of confusion about barcodes on Amazon. So I'm going to answer all those questions in this video. Let's go. So there are a few types of barcodes you're going to run into. The UPC, EAN, FNSKU, maybe GTIN, what all these words mean, right? The only barcodes that you really need to worry about are going to be the UPC and the FNSKU. Basically, a UPC and an EAN are almost exactly the same. A EAN has 13 digits instead of 12, but ultimately it's kind of the same thing. An FNSKU is Amazon's own barcode. So this is unique to every single seller. Every seller will have a different barcode for every product that they sell. Okay, so the FNSKU needs to go on every single product that you ever send in to Amazon's warehouse, okay? And here's why. Sometimes Amazon will give you an option to send in a product using just the UPC barcode. I never do this, and the reason is my competition might send in their own inventory using just a UPC barcode. What happens is in the warehouse, all of the products that are labeled just as UPCs are lumped together in one big bin. So when I sell that product on Amazon, the associate at the warehouse might just pick a random one out of the bin, and that product might be one that someone else shipped in, right? So it might be one that one of my competitors shipped in or someone else, and that product might not be legit, it might be counterfeit, it might be a fake, it might be not in a good condition, it might not be new, it might have been used. There's a lot of problems that can arise when you use just UPC because you're now bundled with everybody else. So always use FNSKUs on every single one of your products. Every product that you ship in to the Amazon FBA warehouses, put an FNSKU label on it. When you apply the FNSKUs, you need to cover up all other barcodes on the product. Okay, so if there's a UPC on the product, then it needs to be covered up with an FNSKU barcode. Now, where do you get the FNSKU barcodes? That's a great question. You go into your Seller Central, you go into Inventory, and the products that you're going to be sending into Amazon, you can click on the little drop down next to the product and select Print Item Labels. That'll take you to a page where you can print those barcodes on 30-ups or any size barcode that you want, and those are the FNSKUs. So the FNSKUs are Amazon's barcodes, so anytime that you hear someone talking about the Amazon barcode or the FNSKU, that is the barcode they're talking about. Now, what is a UPC? Why do we need them? Do we need them at all? That's another great question. If you're doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, or wholesale, you will not need to really worry about getting a UPC. You only need to worry about getting a UPC if you're selling private label products. Right? So if you're selling a private label brand and you have made this brand yourself, you will need a UPC barcode to register it with Amazon. Now, where do you get a UPC barcode? Legally, you need to get it from GS1. GS1 is where you buy your barcodes. You have to contact them directly, tell them that you're an Amazon seller, that you're launching a new brand, and that you need a barcode for your products. These are not cheap. They are $250 plus a $50 yearly fee to keep that barcode registered in your company's name. So these barcodes are very expensive and very hard to get hold of. So you're starting to think, wait a second, everybody says that I can buy barcodes on eBay or Speedy Barcodes or some other website. Yes, you sure can. But Amazon is now starting to go through every single listing and double check to make sure that the UPC for that listing matches the manufacturer and company of that listing. That means that if you buy a barcode from eBay or anywhere else and use it on Amazon, that barcode will be registered in someone else's name. And you can check this on GS1. If you have any barcodes, you can go to GS1 and you can check and see who owns that barcode. And Amazon will do this for every single product. This is what they're starting to do now, and they're going to continue doing this over the next year. And so if you have a UPC barcode on one of your private label products, here's what you need to do. You have two choices. Buy a bunch of barcodes on GS1. It's going to be expensive, but at least you'll be completely covered and you won't need to worry about it. Or you need to register your brand with Amazon using their Amazon brand registry program, okay, you will need a trademark for your brand. So you have to register your trademark with the US Trademark Office. Once you have a registered trademark, you can register your brand with Amazon, and they will not make you use UPCs for your products. So you can now use ASINs for your products. So you will not need UPCs for any product in that brand name. So really it's going to depend on how many private label products you have, how many different brands you have, and you're going to maybe want to do a cost analysis of, should I buy a bunch of GS1 barcodes, or should I buy a bunch of trademarks and register my brands on Amazon? So either way that you go, it's going to cost money, unfortunately, but this is what Amazon's starting to do, and you don't want to get caught with a illegal barcode on your private label product and then have your listing removed, because once your listing removes, it's gone, right? So let's say you've worked for years, right, to get your private label product to the top of the search results. It's got hundreds of reviews, and Amazon comes out of nowhere and takes it. It's completely gone. All your inventory is useless. You have to remake the listing. You have to start from scratch. It will be a huge pain. So if you own a private label brand today, you need to get on the fact that you now need to move away from UPC barcodes entirely using Amazon's brand registry, or you need to register all of your barcodes on GS1. These are your two main options. There might be other options that I haven't heard of yet, but these are the two options that immediately come to mind, and really the only two options that I see being viable. So guys, I hope that clears up everything about barcodes and you don't have any more questions. I'm sure with all of these new Amazon policies, this brought up even more questions for you. But like I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get to them, and I'll see you guys in my next video.